Shalom, 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 and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms where you don't get no paid media. Okay, thank you. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in or will be tuning in. We're gonna give them a second to give the call out, and then we're gonna take off. I'm not gonna be here too long this morning or this afternoon. Got some things that I gotta do, but I did want to get this update out to you guys because there's a lot of stuff that's taking place in the earth right now behind this Israeli Hamas showdown that's taking place over there in the promised land. Okay. Shout out to Nick One, Shalom. You know what I'm saying? Y'all continue to share this information. One of the things that I'm running into is that YouTube, they hating like a mug, man. You know what I'm saying? They flagging my videos. They doing all type of stuff, man. So make sure you guys are continuing to get this information out to people so that they can stay up on what's going on. Because I could tell you the things that we got to talk about today in regards to the things that's taking place over there in the Red Sea that's disrupting trade. It's finna be ugly out here. Okay. I've been telling you guys this, but this right here is finna be problematic, and it's already a problem. Okay. Let me check, make sure that we live on Facebook real quick. Yeah, YouTube, something else, man. But you know what's going on, family, is that the Zionist regime, right, who have pretty much paid for the government, the military and stuff. This has been years and years ago, you know, hundreds of years ago when the United States was becoming a country. I explained to you how the Jews helped save their life, and they pretty much paid for the military. And now they're going to use that military at their disposal until the United States finally, you know, get out of bed with them. So it's like it's going down, family. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we are live on Facebook. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but I couldn't stream on Rumble. So I don't even think that I can go back in there. I can't even alter it. But anyway, I upload this to the actual Rumble once this live is done. Now, let's go ahead and get into this, and everybody can just kind of catch up with it once they get in here. But today we got to talk about the new threat that's going on with the Houthis and this attack on U.S. warships in the Red Sea. Okay. Now, before we get to that, we also have to talk about the Israeli troops being scared down here in Gaza. It's being confirmed by Fox News, one of the analysts, which we're getting ready to go to here in a minute, that these Israeli soldiers are scared to death down here in Gaza. Okay, and this is coming from an American outlet, you know, a news analyst that's actually out there that's reporting, that has been there on the front line. So we're going to get into that first. Then we have to talk about how you have other countries, Malaysia and Iran, that are mobilizing, you know, their naval, military, and everybody's going to get into this Red Sea, where the Houthis said that they're getting ready to turn this into a graveyard also for American ships. Right now, let's get this guy added here to the scene. Okay, now this was released on. Let me put this up. Now this just came out yesterday, a day ago, right? And this is Trey Ying, is hopefully I'm saying his name correct, but this is the guy that's actually out there in Israel that's reporting for Fox News on the things that's taking place out there in the war. Now, I want you to listen to, he's called in to Brian Kilmeade's show and basically gave him an update on what's going on in Israel. And I want you guys to listen to this coming straight from their mouth from a guy that's on the front line about these Israeli soldiers. Okay.
There's an understanding as well that troops who are currently in Gaza, talking about thousands of Israeli soldiers, will now have to conduct themselves in a way that really ensures they are triple checking targets and locations.
And just to kind of give you guys what he's talking about, so he's speaking in regards to the Israeli soldiers killing 3 Israeli hostages that was waving white flags and basically was speaking to them in Hebrew. These people were so shook that they just got them up out of here, right? And this is causing problems on the home front back in modern day Israel today, where you have the people of the victims that are hostages that are going at the Israeli government. And they're basically telling them, go ahead and work the deal and get our people back. We don't care. Hamas said they want all their people back, the people out of jail. Send them back over there. Y'all already have these people locked up illegally. Okay, a lot of these people, they don't have charges. They're just sitting in jail under the Israelis. So the people already that's in the land know that this stuff is going on. So they're like, just send them people back over there and we can get our people. All this, we're going to keep fighting. All this garbage about their applying pressure to Hamas and all of this stuff. Listen to what he's getting ready to tell you about what's going on that front line. They're not applying nothing. They are scared to death of Hamas because Hamas is popping up out the cut and taking them down there in Gaza City like they told them they would do. Okay, now it's all this talks for ceasefire. Hamas has already told them all of this negotiating, all of that stuff is over with, because they were lying and saying, oh well, the Israeli has applied so much pressure to Hamas that now they want to deal. Hamas is saying no. That's all cap. The only way we're going to negotiate is you have to stop the bombing and y'all got to let those people go. If you're not talking about that, there's nothing to talk about. And this is coming from Hamas. They standing on business down there. And rightly so, they should. Okay, what we're watching is the end of American power. Those Israelis, those Zionists that bought the United States military is getting ready to take the United States down. And I told y'all this 4 years ago on my other channel that the United States is done. And those Israelis that's over there trying to steal that land, knowing they're not the people, is getting ready to take the United States down the drain with them, because countries are saying now they're not ducking the United States. Bring it on. Okay, this is what they telling them. Bring it on, and let's get to it. Now listen to Trey to what he's saying here, right?
Where they are firing because of the criticism Israel is facing following the deaths of 3 hostages on Friday morning. One other thing to note about this: just outside of the Kiryat yesterday, there were families of hostages who were.
Look at Brian. He like, oh man, it's so bad. Like, because family, this is what I want you guys to understand, right? This right here proves that the Israelis are indiscriminately just killing people. They're shook. Those people are scared down there for their life. They have no business being down there because, first off, they know they're in a war that they really don't want to fight. Okay? They just want to have fun. These people are people who families are rich, have got rich off the back of all of the people around the world, not just the blacks here in this nation, but all around the globe. They have got fat. They don't want to fight now. A lot of the people like Benjamin Netanyahu, his son, he's not fighting. He's over down in Miami having fun. They just want to have fun. They don't really want to fight for that land. You have people, I just saw a video on Go Black to Africa. Y'all go check his channel out, right? Where he dropped something the other day, I believe it was yesterday, speaking about and showing how you have Israeli citizens that are renouncing their citizenship. Think about that. They're saying, you know what, we don't even want this citizenship over here. They're renouncing it. It's because these people don't want to fight. As long as they can have other people fight for them, they can spend their money and have other militaries around the world fight for them. There's no problem with that. But when they have to fight, they don't want to fight for it. It's not that serious. We'll just go back to our European countries where we came from. Y'all can have it. Now, if it was us, the real Israelites that was in there, you wouldn't be we renouncing this and that. We'd be on that front line fighting for that land. And this is the difference. So now they're trying to tuck tail and run, and they are so far in depth on this war that if they pull out and they have a ceasefire and they do all of this, it's already over with for them. They have to keep going, and they're not going to win this war. So it's a catch-22. This is Yah paying them back, and we're watching not only the fall of this Zionist regime that's in play right now, that's been in play since the conception of the nation, but you're watching the fall of the United States. It's going to go right down the drain with the Zionist regime, okay? Because they're going to ride it till the wheels fall off. Now let's keep going over here, right? Okay, kind of turned up this morning.
calling for an immediate deal. They are willing to put everything on the table in order to get their loved ones home. And that's simply not where the Israeli government
And these are the
stands right
hostages.
now.
They said put it all on the table.
CIA Director Burns is going back to Qatar. I heard the Mossad is sending a representative to Qatar to start getting hostage talks going. Have they looked yet at what went wrong there? The communication, the fact that they came out without shirts on, holding a white flag. I just saw some instant analysis said, well, Hamas does a lot of that stuff. They're pretending to do one thing and they're actually doing another. So do you think there was a deception there? There was no expectation that Israelis would actually be in the area? The hostages would actually be loose?
Yeah, it is. It is really the most tragic situation that could have.
Listen what he's saying, though. He's not going to agree with what Brian. See, this is how they try to string this stuff along. Oh, well, usually this is the type of stuff that Hamas do. Woo, woo. Now, listen what Trey's getting ready to say. He didn't agree with him. He said, oh, yes, it's unfortunate. But watch what he's getting ready to say here.
Happened for the Israelis because those forces had two objectives in Gaza. One was to look for the hostages, and the other was to destroy Hamas leadership. Having been embedded with the Israeli military multiple times in Gaza since the war began, I can tell you these forces are afraid, and rightly so. They're facing an enemy.
Family, he just told y'all. First off, he said, well, no, he didn't agree with him and say, oh, well, yeah, this is what Hamas does. What he said was that the Israeli military has two objectives in Gaza: find Hamas leadership or whatever the case may be, and find the hostages. If you have the hostages that are waving the white flag and speaking to them in Hebrew and saying, we're hostages, hey, we need to woo, 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 and they still gunned them down, this shows that these people are not only shook, but it's indiscriminately killing people. Regardless of whether it's Hamas, whether it's Israelis, whether it's just civilians, whoever it is, they just shooting. And he just told you out his own mouth. This didn't come from Israelite Talk TV. This didn't come from any other. This is coming straight from the people on the front line that's reporting. And he just told you that those Israelis are what? They are scared. Okay? And let me back that up for those of you that probably didn't hear that.
Those forces had two objectives in Gaza. One was to look for the hostages, and the other was to destroy Hamas leadership. Having been embedded with the Israeli military multiple times in Gaza since the war began, I can tell you these forces are afraid, and rightly so. They're facing an enemy.
You see Brian Face, look at him, man. He's just like, they can't believe this stuff, man. Like, man, like, we're not, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Man, let me bag this guy up, man. He's funny. Watch his facial expression, family. Check him out.
In Gaza since the war began, I can tell you these forces are afraid, and rightly so. They're facing an enemy that is fighting from an urban battle environment. They're popping out of tunnels, firing RPGs and anti-tank missiles at these troops and killing more than 130 of them since this ground operation began. And so likely what took place was a lack of discipline on the trigger for these forces. And the reality is that the Israelis have admitted the soldiers that killed the hostages did not follow protocol.
So right here, family, they are admitting that these people are not doing, as far as the soldiers are concerned, are not following the proper protocol. They admitted this. So once again, the question we have to ask ourselves is, why is this the case? Now, if these converts are supposed to be the people of the book, that are supposed to be the righteous remnant that has gone back into the land, why are they doing this? They're not even following the rules to engagement. It's rules to everything in life. Okay. Even the wars and stuff they have going on, they have rules and stuff that they have set forth, and these people are not following them. It's because they're scared to death. They've never had to face anything like this in their life. And they know that the more that they continue to destroy Gaza, you got people that's there. Where are they going to go? Eventually, they're going to start coming through the wall. Like, listen, y'all done destroyed all of our stuff. Hey, listen, we coming in here with y'all. So they got a big problem over here. And this guy, Benjamin Netanyahu, is getting ready to take everybody down with him. I love it. Matter of fact, we need Biden in. We need Biden in office another 4 years. I'm voting for Biden this year. Okay, because see, what people got to understand, all of this, America is done. America's on its way down the drain. This nation will be judged just like every other nation in history has been judged. And this nation has to go down. So I would like to see Biden back in office another 4 years because he needed to just run it all the way down to the ground. This is the only way that the slave sinners nation is ever going to be free, because these entertainers, they're not going to never get in line until they see this stuff going down the drain. Then they're going to get on. Then they're going to get in board because they know they got to get back with the people. Okay. So he's admitting that these people are scared, right? Scared to death. Okay. Now let's jump over here to the Houthis, right? And get into what you guys have come to get. Now, the Houthis, okay, now this is a video that was just released about a few hours ago, right? Okay. The Houthis are telling the America to bring it on, right? So the Houthis are basically showing their air power, and they're basically letting the United States know, bring it on. Now let's break this down, right? What's going on here? Where's that article? Okay. Let's get this pulled up. Let's smallen this down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, here's an article that was just released yesterday, December 19th, right? And it was released on Business Insider. And it goes something like this. Iran-backed Houthis threaten to sink the U.S. and allied warships that keep shooting their stuff out of the sky. Okay. Now, what's going on here? So basically what's going on here is that you guys have heard how the United States has just said that they're mobilizing this this coalition or whatever in the Red Sea to protect the ships that's going through there, right? The Houthis is telling them, we don't care nothing about this mobilization that y'all doing. We're still going to stand on business and what we got going on. So basically what's going on here, the reason why the United States has mobilized this coalition is because what's going on here is that the United States brought all those warships out there, right? Put them out there to try to flex. Now they got to put their money where their mouth is. So what the Houthis are doing is they're launching these drones and stuff out against these ships and stuff. And so these drones that they're launching are cheap drones. Okay. It doesn't take any money to make. The United States are firing missiles that cost thousands, millions of dollars, or whatever the case may be, to take out these cheap drones. So what the United States is saying is that, well, we're not going to just use all our stuff up out here. Okay. We're going to mobilize a coalition, and we're all going to share in this, because we're not just going to be the only ones that shooting our top tier missiles to take out these cheap drones that they're going to keep flying at us. Okay. So what they're doing is they're hitting them in their pockets now. Okay. Because if you got to shoot, let's just say, and I'm just saying hypothetically, I don't know how much these missiles cost. But if you have a $500 drone and you got a missile that costs $20,000, and you got to keep shooting this stuff down every day, because they're, you know what I'm saying, you're going to keep running through so many missiles, shooting down, these bullcrap drones. And then you get into a point where it's like, is it even worth that? So this is why they formed this coalition. What the Houthis are saying is that we don't care nothing about this stuff that y'all got going on. Y'all can mobilize and do all of that. We're going to sink those U.S. ships, is what they just told these people, man. Like, family, this stuff is getting crazy. Okay. Now, let's keep going here in this article. It says the Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen threatened on Tuesday to sink the United States and its Western ally warships, and vowed to turn the Red Sea into their graveyard as these naval forces continue to thwart attacks by the militants in important waterways. Okay, now let's get a Houthis an air horn on that, because they're not backing down. Listen, family, they saying bring it on. It says a top Houthi official warned. Listen to this now. Okay, listen to this. A top Houthi official warned, we have the capabilities to sink your fleet, your submarines, your warships, Iran International reported. citing the semi-official Iranian news agency Tasnim, right? The Red Sea would be your graveyard, the Houthis officials was quoted as saying, according to the news outlet. Okay, now, right after they launched this coalition, the Houthis came right out and start launching attacks. They've already attacked 3 ships since yesterday, since all this stuff happened. So, family, this stuff is getting real out here. This is not just playtime anymore. And really, when I'm hearing about the reports of some of the tactics that they may use, they have these sea mines, and you have to. Let me pull this up so you guys can see this, right? And we've been looking at it, but let's just put eyes on this again, right? If we look here down here by Yemen, this is the Red Sea right here. This is where they want to cheat and sneak through up here by Israel. You have the Suez canals up here, right? That pretty much comes where they're able to come through basically the Mediterranean Sea and then come down through the Suez Canal and move product and stuff down through here through the Suez Canal and stuff, okay? Up, down through here. But once again, you have the Houthis that's down here. They are controlling this area down here. And when you come in through here, you have to cross them coming in and out of here. You're not getting around the Houthis. They're here. And one of the reports that was reported is that it's being reported, right? I can't remember if it was the Reuters or one of these news stations, news networks reported how the Houthis, they're saying that the Houthis may be more ready than than Hamas or even Hezbollah. They said they're more organized. They're more deadly. You know what I'm saying? And so, like they said, they know that Yemen is a poor country, but these people have a military. They pretty much run about 80% of Yemen. I mean, it's to the point where Saudi Arabia, right? Because like I said, they formed this coalition, but this coalition there's only one, as of right now, one Arab or Muslim nation that's even participating in that, and that's what is it, Bahrain? Okay, even Saudi Arabia is saying no, we're not even getting in the middle of that because we don't want smoke with the Houthis, and they know that the Houthis is a problem for them, and they've negotiated this peace treaty, so they're not even trying to violate that. Okay, so a lot of these nations, it's getting to the point where now they saying, "Hey, look, United States, y'all on your own. We can't, we don't want to mess up our deals that we have with them because they in our backyard. Y'all all the way over in the United States. Okay, we got to deal with these people. They right here, so we can't be jeopardizing that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on your own." Okay, so the Houthis is controlling the area. Anything that's going in and out of there, they got to come through the Houthis. And so the Houthis, as I'm explaining to you, they could set this up, fam, where if they put them sea mines all down through here, when they come down through here, it's game over. It's game over. Okay. Now let's jump over here and get this show. Now this was posted on X, and you guys can go on X and you guys can pull this up and put eyes on it. This is breaking, right? And this was just this morning, 8:44. Saeed Abdullah Malik Houthis, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, okay? The head of the Houthis, listen what he said. If the United States attacks our country, we will make American battleships and American shipping traffic a target for our missiles. All countries are affected by America turning the Red Sea into a battlefield. I advise all countries to reject the American move because it strikes all their interests. American Zionists seek to involve the USA in what serves the interests of Israel only. Now, that right there, family, is some powerful words. They told the United States, we're going to put y'all battleships in the bottom of the Red Sea, right? Because they're saying we need to do something with this Houthi problem. What we going to do? They're saying if y'all attack us, those ships are going down. Okay? That's that family. And they're not playing. They also said they called out the Zionist regime and explained how they're using the military. And I just told y'all this. They have bought and paid the United States since the conception of this nation. They have bought and paid for this military. That military is going to do what the Zionist regime is telling them to do because they have paid the money. So at what point do the United States say, hey, y'all own your own? I don't think they're going to do that. So that means they're going to go down the drain with Israel when all this stuff go down. They cannot. Listen, family, the Americans cannot fight wars on all of these fronts and be successful. Like this crazy over here was going on, right? So they've already said that they're going to do this. Now, something else I want you guys to look at, right? Check this out. Not only are they saying they're going to sink the U.S. ships, listen to this right here. They're also bringing out, okay, and this was just posted this morning also around 8:22. In the north of Yemen, a general mobilization is underway to send fighters to the Gaza Strip, as reported by RIA Novisti, citing the political bureau of the Ansar Allah movement. The Houthi rebels in Yemen have established training camps to prepare for involvement in the conflict in Gaza. According to the leadership's assessment, tens of thousands of young people have already volunteered to learn the military craft. So right here is a video that was just put up earlier today about what's actually going on. Okay, so yeah, family. And listen, if you guys just get on here and actually look at the threats that Yemen that they're unleashing, they're basically saying, right now, grasp. This is on Global Eye News, right? It says if the United States wants to fight Yemen, they will face worse things than what they experienced in Afghanistan. You see, so all of this just this morning, family, is breaking, right? This thing is getting serious. The bluffing is over with, man. The bluffing is over with. And this right here, look, the Houthis found a broken down airplane from the 70s, and now they act like they're in Top Gun. And this is what they released right here. You know what? I ain't gonna play that because they might mess with the channel. But they basically are showing them this video, basically saying that we got aircrafts too, even though they're saying they're older aircraft. We got them though. Okay. So yeah, family, man, it's just crazy, man, when you get online and you start to look at this, right? Chief of Staff Iranian Armed Forces, Major General Mohammed Bey, we provide advisory and intellectual assistance to the Yemen army and Houthis, and we will stand with the human people to the end. So Iran is already saying that, yeah, we standing behind them people, man. So yeah, now the other thing that I want to show you guys, and then I'm gonna pretty much be done with the update, is this is also something that was just released earlier today. Or let me see here. When was this released? Yeah, today, right? And it's a article put out on Eurasia Review today. And it goes something like this. The Islamic Revolution Guards Corps Navy has established a popular unit consisting of voluntary local sailors that can carry out operations in the oceans in their vessels armed with rockets, a top commander said. Okay, now listen to this, because this is big right here. It says, addressing a conference on Tuesday, IRGC Navy Commander Rear Admiral Ali Reza Tansuri, if I'm saying that correctly, if not, I do apologize, said that the Naval Bajez mobilization force for ocean missions has been organized after the successful experience of the IRGC Navy in informing the maritime basing in the Persian Gulf. He said that the maritime See, and I'm not pronouncing that correctly, and I know it. So just bear with me. And the Persian Gulf includes 55,000. Listen to this: volunteer forces with 33,000 vessels. Noting that its second phase will be established in the Cap Asian Sea. Okay, so basically what they're doing is, and let's get this pulled back up, is that if we get around here to the Persian Gulf, basically what they're saying is they have over 33,000 vessels that are being mobilized here in the Persian Gulf. So they got their stuff out front and they getting ready to mobilize, right? Iran. Okay. And we already know that. And basically what they're doing is they letting the world know that, okay, the United States, you've got these joint, countries that's going to be doing all this patrolling, and y'all saying y'all going to draw down on Yemen. They saying, well, okay, we putting our ships in the water and we getting ready to, get mobilized. That way we can push those 30,000 ships that they got. They right there on deck, right? So if you see what's going on here, they're close right here to the Red Sea. So a lot of these European nations are going to have to take larger and longer routes to get here in this area. So if it go down over here, I mean, Iran is going to have the upper hand over here because you already have the Houthis over here that's disrupting everything. That's got their own military doing their own thing. Once Iran get in here over here, it's going to be ugly in the paint, now grass. So they have 33,000 here, and then they're mobilizing. Let's see here. Oh, Iran up here. So right. So you got Tehran up here, and this is the Cap Asian Sea right here. So they got another. Excuse me. They have more ships that's up here that's preparing where they're basically doing all this training and stuff. That would be my thoughts. Okay, but if you look up here about Tehran, you pretty much start to get into like you got Turkey up here. You got Russia. So they're all in this area right here, and they're pretty much preparing for what's getting ready to go down. So family, today, this has been the update. I wanted to just get on here today and just kind of just go through this instead of recording this, putting this out, and going through all of that. So what I would do real quick is once again, I will leave the link in the chat if anybody wants to come on and speak on the situation. I'll stay on here for a few more minutes. Let's see here. So let's talk. Let's address this real quick. Now, Nick, one, you stated they are so blind. Okay, and let's put that on the screen. He states they are so blinded by the Most High, the fake Jews over there must have caused this conflict Jacob's trouble. You continue to hear a lot of these. You will hear a lot of these Christians and Jews or whatever the case may be say that this is Jacob's trouble. You hear people in the church talking about, oh, when Jacob troubles come and things like that. What people have to understand is that Jacob's trouble has already happened. When you go into the book of Jeremiah, it speaks about that this is going to happen when we go into captivity. So in captivity, we have gone through all of these different things that have happened to our people up until this point. And what the people are witnessing is Yahuwah saving Jacob out of all of that stuff we've gone through the last 2,000 some years since we've been in captivity. Okay, from the Romans to the British and to the days and times that we're in right now. So this is him delivering us from what happened. Okay. They also said over 500,000 some Ukrainian troops have died. That's absolutely right, because Tanakh teaches that what? Yah said that in that day, the slain of Yahuwah will be from one end to the other end of the earth. Meaning there's going to be people dead all throughout the earth. So with that being said, family, this has been the update for today on this particular case. You guys stay in tune. If you guys come with any information come across your desk, hey man, just send that stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? Email it to me, hit me up, and then I can look some of that stuff up and things like that. So you guys stay safe out there. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV.